What's up, YouTube fans? Today we take a look at the Ramen Toy Makina Labs Great White, or their version of the M.A.S.K vehicle Shark. So this was sent to me by Ace from Ramen Toy. It is a pre-production sample. Thanks to Ace for allowing me to take a look at this. And I did order the production version, so I'm excited to get that in hand. But with that being said, this is pre-production, so there are some accessories and, for example, the packaging I don't have to show you today, as well as the action figure that comes with it. They call her Portia White, or we know her as Gloria Baker. Now, this is an interesting figure because it was never actually released in the M.A.S.K toy line back in the 80s. They did have a prototype of it or pictures of it, but it never just made it to the market. There's people out there who have customs of this because you could get a model kit, car kit of this car, this Porsche, and kind of make it yourself, but they never really came out with this. So this is kind of a dream come true for M.A.S.K collectors to finally have a version of the Shark. But since this is a pre-production version, just keep that in mind as we do this review. Some of the tolerances and the features, and obviously some of the missing accessories I'm not going to show here, will be included in the final production version. But let's take a look at this. Right out of the box, it looks really good. You got nice white plastic. I did change my background so you could see it a little bit better. Yellow paint here down the sides. Translucent headlights with silver backing, so it looks really good. Metallic orange and silver with a translucent piece of plastic on top. You have a grill, black grill up there. For the wheels, you have painted gunmetal or silver with sort of rubbery plastic tires, and it has Makina Labs embossed into the tire. That does look nice. It does roll nicely on those tires. You have a metallic orange here for the blinker. You have sculpted in detail here for the door handle, the lock, and the rear gas cap here, or gas cover. On the back, we've got the translucent orange and red for the taillights. That looks really nice and accurate, close to the original vehicle. And then you have a license plate back here, it says Great White. And there's a little bit of black paint. I think that's going to be the license plate frame. I don't know if the printing was off or maybe they've already fixed that on the final version, but it does appear to be a little bit off there with the printing, the tampo printing. You have a really cool logo tampoed into the back of the hatchback here, that Great White symbol. That's pretty neat. But overall, really nice looking. You have a little bit of a black piece of plastic here for the muffler. Here's the bottom. You got that gunmetal paint on the bottom, and we'll see some of these parts when we transform it. Overall, it's a very nice looking vehicle. You do have some details on the inside. So if you open up the doors do have kind of a click point to lock them in place. The doors on this copy are a little bit loose, but I believe that's due to it being a pre-production sample. If we're getting close, we can take a look at the interior here. Got some really nice detail. You got that light brown leather, dark brown for the steering wheel. Inside, you can see the gauge cluster there for the driver. Silver painted pedals for the accelerator and the brake. No clutch on this one. It does have a shifter knob there and some detail on the dash. You do get a seat with an adjustable sliding seat bottom, so you can slide it forward and backwards. Helps make it a little easier to get the figure in there. Fortunately, we don't have the figure today, but when we get the figure and the production version, we can actually put two figures in here because there is a driver's side and a passenger side. It does come with a steering wheel. It does come with a seat belt that plugs in to the side of the seat. So you have them plugged in. On the passenger side, same thing. We get this adjustable seat with the seat belt there. But on this side, we can see there's a little more detail on that inner screens here. You've got, it looks like mat tracker, and then I believe this is the, I'm not sure, I think that's a bad guy. I think that's the Manta, but I'm not 100% sure. But either way, that looks really cool. Nice little details in there. Now, let's get to what everybody's excited about, which is the battle mode or the alternate mode for this vehicle. Since we don't have the figure or the accessories, we're not going to take a look at that. Now, there are two, it comes with two missiles that plug in here and they become headlights. Those aren't included here in this pre-production sample, so I can't show you those. But just know they'll plug in here and you can actually fire them off just like an original toy, which is really cool. So to get it transformed, there's actually one button that does most of it, and there's a little bit of manual work there. So you're going to come down to here, there's a button right here. I'm going to hold it like this so you can kind of see. We'll have the pop-ups here, we'll have the wings folding back, and sometimes this periscope pops up. I'm not sure if that's part of the mechanism or not, but let's do it. So you can see we got the pop-up fins, the engines came out on the back, and then this one, sometimes it pops up on its own, sometimes it doesn't, but if you just push right here, it'll pop up that periscope, which has a little bit of detail right there on the front. Come to the back here, we're going to flip the wheels around so to reveal these turbines for the engines. That looks really good. Come to the bottom here, we're going to flip this out. And this is a tricky little mechanism, so just be careful. You can't go past here, you're going to slide it outwards and then bring it up. Make sure you do that, otherwise you could damage that mechanism. So out to here, slide it out on a spring-loaded piece, and then up. And that gives you these. You got the Makina logo there. That looks really good. I like that a lot. Not quite finished, so we're going to come to the front here. We're going to slide out on this wheel, bring it down, open up this, pull out the fin all the way, and then rotate the wheel to the inside. You can bring that back down. Same on this side, open this up, pull the wheel down. It's on a spring-loaded mechanism. And we're going to pull out on this fin, rotate the wheel in, close up that. And one last finishing touch, which I think is actually pretty smart the way they did it, but we're going to grab these just slide out of here. And we'll put this on this side. There's a little tab on the end of this, and there's a slot on the inside of that fin. So this is so that you can get the fin all the way up to the windshield, which is accurate. Most toy companies would have just not bothered and just left it blank, but not Ramen Toy. They actually have a complete, fin there on the front. So same thing on this one. You can slide this out and get that plugged in right here. And there we go. There is Great White transformed into its battle mode or alternate mode. It looks really good. It looks really good. I especially like how they didn't just stop and get lazy with these fins. They extended all the way to the back. And let me make sure I have the right one on the right side. Since this is a pre-production sample, I don't know if others have already looked at it. I believe they're side specific, but let's see if they are. Maybe they are. Okay, look, it looks a little bit more in line now that I've swapped them, so perhaps they are side specific. But yeah, that looks really good. The periscope can rotate up here. Like I mentioned, it does have a firing mechanism for those front headlights missiles, but I don't have them. Here's the back. All in all, very nice looking battle mode. And for a quick size comparison, there it is next to my Ramen Toys Gull Wing, their first figure, and it does have the action figure in there. And you can see their size basically the same. Basically same length, almost the same width, just about the same height. So I like that. I like that they're scaled together. Now these are bigger than the original M.A.S.K vehicles, so if you're planning to put these with them, just keep that in mind. They are a little bit bigger. The only other M.A.S.K vehicle I have, this was a gift from a friend, but you can see, and they are making this one, by the way. It is taller, wider, and longer than the original M.A.S.K scale. Now, scale is kind of all over the place with the M.A.S.K vehicles. They're not quite scaled the same, so I'm not going to say what the scale is, but you can see they are a little bit bigger. So final thoughts on the Ramen Toy Makina Labs Great White. I'm not going to give this a score since it's a pre-production sample. It doesn't have all the final things in it. But I am a real big fan of this. I love the way they did it. By the way, I didn't get the stand with this one, but it does come with a stand. So if you did pre-order it, you should be able to get a display stand. I'm not sure if it looks like this or if it's been done differently, but you'll get a stand similar to something like this. And yeah, it looks really good. It works. All the mechanisms work. I'm again not sure how the missiles are going to work, so I don't have them to test them or try them out. I also don't have a copy of the action figure that goes in there, but if it's anything like what we got with the first vehicle, then it'll be nice. They're really nicely painted and detailed. I love the vehicles. They're doing a great job on the detail of the vehicles themselves. They really are representing the actual vehicle from back in the day in the 80s. And I mean, it really, this screams Porsche. I mean, they nailed it. So that's it for today. Thanks to Ace from Ramen Toy for sending this review. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.